personal trainer and nutritionist, and today I have a no equipment leg and booty dancer and ballet inspired workout. So this workout is meant to tone up and increase the muscularity of the legs, but also it helps increase flexibility and mobility. So the workout begins with a warm-up. We'll do the workout itself. We have cool down stretches when we're done. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and if you'd like to help contribute, you can go to my channel page. In the About, there's the link for donations. I also have a spirit lifter to share with you before we begin. It says, rehearsing your troubles results in experiencing them many times, whereas you are meant to only go through them when they actually occur. Do not multiply your suffering in this way. So this is actually something that I am currently working on, because sometimes when things don't go the way I want them to, I start to think of the possibilities. Now, I'm not like helplessly full of worry or anxiety. I've overcome that. The way that it happens for me is that I'm a very prepared person, and I have lists for everything. I sometimes carry unnecessary stuff, and a very organized person. I never lose anything. It's always exactly where I put it. And because of that personality trait, I think of the different things that I might have to prepare for in a situation. And ridding myself of this habit will help me to not waste energy. And also, it goes hand in hand with trust and not offering resistance to life. So trusting that no matter what happens, that it's exactly what's supposed to happen, and so however you may come to that situation is how you are supposed to be, even if that means coming to it unprepared. So with that being said, we'll begin our workout. The first thing that we have is a dynamic yoga miniature sequence, because it's meant to be a warm-up exercise, so it needs to be a dynamic stretch. So what we have is a triangle to a crescent, and it's going to stretch all the legs. So with our triangle, you bring your legs apart, fold down, and this is going to stretch the hamstrings. Now, very briefly, you're going to come up to your crescent lunge, and this is going to stretch along the hip flexor and open up back some. So we'll do it 4 times on each side. Next part of our warm-up is going to stretch the quad and hamstrings, and it's also going to challenge your balance, which is going to wake up your core. So what you'll be doing is you're going to grab your ankle or foot and then reach down, and we'll be alternating for 8. Now we're ready to start the workout. So the first thing that we have is a 1, 2, 3 front lift sequence. So it's going to work the hip flexors and quad, it's going to challenge your balance. So with the balance, it works the core and whatever you may be working with for the balance. So for us in this particular exercise, we're balancing on one leg. It's also going to challenge the type 1 muscles of that leg, which are the biggest muscles of the leg, or any part of the body, the type 1s. And they are closest to the bone, and they help with endurance and balance, injury prevention, and so you need to take good care of them. So for women also, they have more type 1 muscles than they do fast twitch muscles, and so with men, they tend to have more fast twitch muscles, which is why it's easier for them to do power exercises, and they also build a different sort of physique than women do. So what you'll be doing is you're going to bring your leg in front, and you lift 1, 2, 3 in a very controlled fashion. You want to lift as high as you can, and we're going to do that 8 times on each side. So because we are tensing our muscle and not like swinging the leg up, you're going to have a reduced amount of flexibility than you would if you were to just relax your leg and swing it up. So once you've done all 8, switch. Then we're on to our next exercise, which is going to be a narrow V plie to a grand plie. So it's going to work every muscle of the leg and booty. So we're going to begin with your narrow V. We're putting your heels together so that your feet form a small V. And you're going to plie down. You should be feeling the side of your hips and butt. Come up, take a step to the side, big plie. So we're going to alternate which leg we step out for our grand plie, and we're going to have a total of 12. So let's begin. Now we're coming to the floor for an exercise that's going to work the hips, the legs, the abdominals, and stretch along the side of the arms, oblique, and hip. So what you'll be doing is you're going to bring your arms up. You can either lace your fingers, and this will intensify the stretch, or keep them apart like this. What you're going to do is you're going to rock your hip or drop it down to one side from a kneel. Come to the other side, collapse to the side, kick up. We're going to do that alternating sides for 12. This also helps you to teach yourself body control, which is good if you dance or do any theatrical performance or even martial arts, because you need to control your body as you fall. And so you want to carefully lower yourself and control your weight as you drop down so that you don't get hurt. on to our next exercise, which is going to be a brush front, brush side, brush back. So this is most easily done barefoot or with socks on a smooth or like tile or wooden floor, and you could probably do this in carpet without problems, but if you wear shoes, sometimes like the rubber base will grip the floor and it can be hard to do this exercise. So what you'll be doing is you're going to brush your foot forward, side, and then back. So forward, side, back. It is literally going to brush the floor, and the harder you dig your toes into the floor, the more resistance you'll get. And this is going to work every muscle surrounding the hip, as well as the quad, the lateral stability muscles, and then the main part of the glute. So we're going to do that 6 times on each side. So all 3 represent a repetition of 1. Exercise, which is going to be a 2 times tree tap and then 2 tree arabesques. So these have a real name in ballet, but ballet is in French, and French is not an easy language for me to speak, so English is hard enough, and that's what I was born with, so I have to give things, well, anything, new names so I remember them too. So what you'll be doing is you're going to tap twice for tree, and then 2 tree arabesques. This is going to work the inner and outer thigh, the main part of the butt, and also challenge those type 1 muscles of the other leg. So the 2 tree taps and 2 tree arabesques is 1 rep, and we're going to do that 5 times on each leg. Then we're on to our next exercise, which is going to be an elevated rambe jambe. And this is our last exercise before the cool down. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your leg up, elevated in front of you, and draw a semicircle around your body. This is going to strengthen all the muscles surrounding the hip, and again challenge the balance. So we're going to do that for 8 on each side. going to travel to the floor for pull-down stretches. So first we'll begin with a wide angle series. So sit with your legs apart and first fold down towards one leg to stretch the hamstring and inner thigh. And then come to center. Then other leg. Then we're going to do a seated hip cradle. This is going to stretch the hip. So you're going to sit with one leg extended and hold the other leg like a baby. If you want, you can gently rock it from side to side. So without the sort of metaphor intended, this actually does help loosen up the hip a little bit more. And when you're ready, switch. And that concludes our no equipment, dance, and ballet inspired leg and booty workout. I hope you enjoyed it. Please check out more of my other videos on YouTube under Wellness by Elizabeth, and like, subscribe, and share.